Good morning, students. Our next theorem is based on difference of projections. Let P1 and P2 be the projections on a Hilbert space H. Then the difference P2 minus P1, which we have denoted by P, that is a projection on H if and only if Y1 is contained in Y2, where Y1 is a subspace onto which H is projected by P1 and Y2 is the subspace onto which H is projected by P2. In the B part, we proved that if P, which is the difference of P2 and P1, that is a projection, then P projects H onto Y. Here, Y is orthogonal complement of Y1 in Y2. So, let us firstly discuss the first part. Firstly, let us take P2 minus P1, which is denoted by P, that is a projection. Now, because P is projection, so P is self-adjoint and idempotent. Now, because P is idempotent, so by definition of idempotent, P is same as P square. Substituting the value of P here, P is P2 minus P1. So this will become P2 minus P1 is equal to P2 minus P1 whole square. Simplifying this whole square, this will become P2 square minus P2 P1 minus P1 P2 plus P1 square. Now because P1 and P2 are projections, so P2 square is same as P2 and P1 square is same as P1. Substituting these two values here, this becomes P2 minus P1 is equal to, this will become P2 minus P2 P1 minus P1 P2 plus P1. So we get P1 P2 plus P2 P1 is equal to 2 P1. Now multiplying by P2 from the left and from the right. If we multiply by P2 from the left, this equation will become P2 P1 P2 plus P2 P1 is equal to 2 P2 P1. And if we multiply from right side, we get P1 P2 plus P2 P1 P2 is equal to 2 P1 P2. And hence we have obtained P2 P1 P2 is equal to P2 P1 and P2 P1 P2 is equal to P1 P2. And from the equation 6, we have P2 P1 is equal to P1 P2 is equal to P1. Now by the last theorem, if this condition holds, then Y1 is contained in Y2. So this proves that Y1 is contained in Y2. Now conversely, we are given Y1 is contained in Y2 and we are to prove that P is projection on H. Now to prove P is projection on H, we are to prove that P is self-adjoint and idempotent. So firstly, let us show that P is self-adjoint. Let us find the adjoint of P. Now P is P2 minus P1. So adjoint of P means adjoint of P2 minus P1. Now by the properties of adjoint operator, this can further be written as adjoint of P2 minus adjoint of P1. Now P1 and P2 are projections, so they are self-adjoint. So adjoint of P2 will be same as P2 and adjoint of P1 will be same as P1. So this will become P2 minus P1, which is same as P. So adjoint of P is same as P. So we can say that P is self-adjoint. Now next we claim that P is idempotent. So let us find P square. Now P is P2 minus P1. So this will become P2 minus P1 whole square. Simplifying this whole square, this will become P2 square minus P2 P1 minus P1 P2 plus P1 square. Now because P2 P1 and P1 P2, they are same as P1 and P2 square is same as P2. P1 square is same as P1. So this will become P2 minus P1, which is same as P. So we can say that P square is same as P. So P is idempotent also. Now P is self-adjoint as well as idempotent. So by definition of projection, we can say that P is projection on H. Now let us discuss the B part. Let us take y is equal to P of H. Now P of H consists of all the vectors which are of the form of images of elements of H under P. So for x belonging to H, y can be written as P of x. Now P is P2 minus P1. So this will become P2x minus P1x. Now because y1 is contained in y2, so by the above part we have P2 P1 is same as P1. Now let us find P2 of y. Substituting the value of y here, y is P2x minus P1x. So this will become P2y is equal to P2 square x minus P2 P1x. Now P2 square is same as P2, so this will become P2x minus P1x. Now P2x minus P1x, that is y. So we have obtained image of y under P2 is same as y. So this shows that y belongs to y2. Now let us find image of y under P1. Substituting the value of y from here, this will become P1 P2x minus P1 square x. P1 is idempotent, so P1 square is equal to P1, and P1 into P2 is same as P1. So this will become P1x minus P1x. That will be 0. So image of y under P1 is 0. So by definition, we can say that y belongs to null space of P1. And we know null space of projection, that is orthogonal complement of range of projection. So we can say that null space of P1 is equal to y1 complement. So from here we have obtained y belongs to complement of y1. Also y belongs to y2. So we can say that y belongs to the intersection of y2 and y1 complement. Let us denote this intersection by the set V. So we can say that y belongs to V. So y belongs to y implies that y belongs to V. So we can say that y is contained in V. Now we will show that V is contained in y. Now since the projection of H onto orthogonal complement of y1, that is I minus P1, and therefore every V belonging to V, that is of the form I minus P1 of y2, where this y2 belongs to the subspace y2. Now because P2 P1 is equal to P1, and therefore if we find image of V under P, substituting the values of P and V, P is P2 minus P1 and V is I minus P1 of y2. Multiplying these two operators, this will become P2 minus P2 P1 minus P1 plus P1 square operated on y2. Now P1 square is same as P1, so these two terms will be cancelled out. So this will become P2 y2 minus P2 P1 y2. Now P2 y2 is same as y2 and P2 P1 y2 is same as P1 y2. So image of V under P is equal to y2 minus P1 y2, which is again V. So we have obtained image of V under P is same as V, and therefore we can say that V belongs to Y. So this proves that V is contained in Y. Combining the two, we get V is equal to Y. So this proves that Y is equal to V, and V is Y2 intersection Y1 complement. So this completes the proof of the theorem.